Hey, what's good everyone? Welcome back to another bigliam video. Today we are watching 10 things Americans stole from Britain. So I hope you enjoy this one. Let's just get right into it. No messing about. Let's just see what the Americans stole from Britain.
Number 10. Apple pie.
You stole apple pie?
As American as apple pie, right? Wrong. The sweet treat is a staple on US dining tables, but the British were the first to serve it way back in the 1300s.
I didn't know that.
A popular dessert throughout European history, with Dutch and Swedish styles also inspiring menus worldwide, it was taken across the pond with the 17th century colonists. Since then, apple pie has become a standout symbol of US patriotism, as well as a central component to a teen comedy franchise.
It's not what it looks like.
Hey, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. I just thought it was like a worldwide thing and just everyone did it. I didn't even know that the British people come up with it in the first place. But the question is, do Americans have apple pie with custard? Because if you don't, then you need to try it, yeah? I don't know if your custard's the same as we have it over here as well. It could be different, but warm apple pie, some custard on the side, or apple crumble, same kind of thing, but more, well, it's not the same kind of thing, is it? It's a bit different, but same kind of concept with a bit of custard. Mwah. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Number 9. YMCA. Way before village people turned this institution into a cheesy disco anthem, and long before the YMCA swept across America, the Young Men's Christian Association was the brainchild of English philanthropist George Williams. Dismayed by working conditions in 18th century London, Williams conceived the now famous charity as a safe place for its patrons. While the movement's worldwide influence is something to be proud of, difficult to imagine Williams joining in with the dance moves.
It is a banging tune, to be honest. Literally every disco is always this on. That's just
Number 8. Chocolate bars.
I think I'll eat it now.
What?
Candy bars are big business stateside, but before Mars, Hersheys, Milky Bar or Baby Ruth, there was one bloke in Bristol making confectionery history. Joseph Fry finalised the first mass-produced chocolate bar in the mid-1800s, around the time that the Dutch developed a chocolate press. Fry's chocolate cream hit shelves in 1866 with a famed fondant filling, and the bar can still be bought today.
Oh no.
John Cadbury.
No. Like, I don't know about you, but for me, any kind of chocolate that has got like a mint cream inside, it's just not for me. Like I just a lot of people might like it, but for me, I think it just ruins it, man. And it's always with dark chocolate as well. It's never like with milk chocolate, so it's nice. It's always with dark chocolate, so it makes it even worse. A lot of Americans have been trying like the UK's Cadbury for the first time, and they're like, why are we still eating Hersheys? Because it's just 10 million times better. If you're American and you're watching this and you never had a Cadbury's chocolate bar from the UK, I highly suggest someone sends you one or you order one from over here. Your life will be changed forever. I promise you. You'll never ever eat Hersheys or anything like that ever again. I swear to God. I've tried a Hersheys yet, and I was hoping that it was absolutely amazing because I love America. I love American stuff. But it's just not the one. Hersheys is just
suit, while the likes of Hersheys didn't arrive until the late 1890s. Number 7. Sandwiches.
Hey, sandwiches? I thought sandwiches were just a thing.
And a ham sandwich, if you like, with a pickle. All right.
Thanks to world-conquering fast food outlets Homer Simpson and Joey Tribbiani, you'd be forgiven for thinking that this foodstuff was a US creation. However, the history of the sandwich is long and complicated, and very little of it happened in America. While early versions are recorded across Europe, it's named after the 4th Earl of Sandwich in Kent. The story goes that he was an ardent gambler, and meat between bread was the simplest way of eating without disrupting a game of cards.
Sandwich for display purposes only and should not be eaten.
Number
Makes
6,
sense.
The Office.
Yeah, the Americans stole this one. Yeah.
And yes, we mean the TV show and not the actual open-plan workplace, which is largely a German invention. Anyway, unlike a lot of American remakes of British TV, The Office US did manage to tap into most of what made its predecessor pair. But after 9 series and a shed load of awards, let's just remember where it all started. Steve Carell's Michael Scott is hilarious in his own right, but for fans of the British original, he'll always be David Brent in disguise.
To be honest, it is a massive show in America and in the UK. It's also brilliant. If you haven't watched The Office, like I've seen most of it, and it's funny as hell. Like, you need to watch either one, because they're both equally amazing. But yeah, they also did it with Shameless as well. Shameless in the UK. Wow, I've watched that whole series like 5 or 6 times over because it's just so good. Now, I watched the American version and it just didn't hit. I don't know why. It's like, it's literally the same word and everything. It just didn't hit with me though. I think it's just because I'm biased and I love the UK one so much. I don't know. But yeah. Ricky Gervais.
Number 5, plastic surgery.
Wow, that came out of me.
From Botox to boob jobs, America is the world's leading market for cosmetic surgery, with millions going under the knife every year. But the industry was by no means born in the USA. Sir Harold Gillies is often credited as the father of plastic surgery, a New Zealand-born, London-based surgeon who gathered leading physicians to treat thousands of soldiers who had been injured or disfigured in World War I. Gillies' work became a blueprint for all sorts of reconstructive procedures, and a starting point for today's aesthetic options.
I didn't know that was done in the UK, you know.
A supposedly serial stealer of other people's ideas, Thomas Edison's light bulb moment is considered one of the most significant steps in modern technology.
Hey, Edison, how about sharing some of those light bulbs, huh?
Hey, figure it out for yourself, man.
It's funny because we played a little, general knowledge thing last night, and this was one of the questions: who invented the light bulb and stuff. So I just found it funny how it just showed up here.
Experts are continually divided on just how much Edison did to develop the design. Before the Wizard of Menlo Park, there were countless other scientists creating electric light and light bulbs, not least British pioneers including Humphrey Davy and Joseph Swan. The anti-Edison camp claims that the inventor's only skill was knowing when to patent.
One thing Edison did invent, for 100% genuine Edison invention, that we use every day, probably, most of us.
Is it nasal hair clippers?
Number 3, donuts.
The donut was made in the UK first. Ain't no way. Ain't every police officer in America, like, they have the coffee, they have the donuts. I thought that was like an American. I literally thought the donut was like an American thing, and everyone else just like kind of took it on board. I don't know. Can you imagine though if Thomas Edison made the light bulb, yeah? Imagine if other countries weren't allowed to copy that product. Like, so we invented the light bulb, but imagine if other countries weren't ever allowed to have light bulbs because one country made it already. You weren't allowed to copy, so you had to make another kind of thing that represented like a light bulb, but it wasn't a light bulb. Imagine that. Like, what other kind of stuff would they make so it wasn't the same, but kind of did the same thing? Crazy.
Origins of the donut are a sticky affair.
Jam donut.
Counterclaims sending historians round and round in circles. However, while a stronger suggestion remains that the Dutch took the treats to America in the mid-19th century, a 2013 discovery seemingly proves that the Brits were baking them at least 50 years before. Baroness Elizabeth Dimsdale's cookbook dates to 1800 and includes a strikingly similar recipe. A deep-fried concoction of sugar, eggs, butter and yeast, add some icing, and it's the real deal. Number 2, baseball.
No way! No way!
A national sport and obsession in the US, baseball was born in the UK. There are countless records of bat and ball games being played in Blighty, starting with stool ball in the 1300s. Sure, the rules have changed and refined over the years, but the basic premise is usually the same. Someone pitches, someone swings, others try to catch. In fact, some researchers argue that baseball is an offshoot of cricket, an English obsession which didn't catch on across the Atlantic. At all.
It's like, that is true. You never see anyone in America playing cricket, even though it's literally like the same kind of thing in a way. But, it's mad, isn't it, how like we invented like baseball and in America it's like one of their top, it's probably the top sport. Like, you've got basketball, baseball, and they do obviously rugby or football in America. But yeah, I didn't know that. I thought that was just an American thing. So, but I'll tell you what, the Americans have made it good. Yeah, it's actually good. It's actually massive. Fair play, fair play.
Number 1, the StarSpangled Banner. we finish with a final salute for great British influence on American culture, because the US national anthem is sung to the tune of an 18th century English drinking song. Baltimore wordsmith Francis Scott Key takes full credit for the lyrics, but the melody was written by John Stafford Smith, a Gloucester-born composer.
No way.
The Anacreontic song, as it was originally known, was regularly belted around a prestigious London gentleman's club, where wealthy people met to wine and dine.
So it was written by someone from the UK. That's crazy. Hey, it was just meant to be. The UK and America were just meant to always be a part of each other, and that's just a fact. Well, let me know in this video. Let me know in the comments if you knew any of that or you didn't know any of that. Let me know which one was your favourite. And if you want me to react to more American kind of stuff, let me know which kind of videos I shall react to. I'm liking learning new things. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take it easy.